All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to bring you a very important update on MATIC Polygon. We've been absolutely exploding as of late. So in this video, I'm gonna run through some technical analysis, talk about what I see happening both short-term and long-term, mention some of the reasons as to why we've pumped and some big catalysts going on with MATIC and slash Polygon, and explain what's going on. And I'm going to tell you why you want to like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Because look, I've been talking about MATIC, talking about the potential with MATIC, talking about when I was going to scale into MATIC. Not in these ranges here when I was talking about the breakout over here, saying we're likely to explode once we reach these regions, which we have. Not even over here. But let's zoom back all the way over here when MATIC was at 2 cents. 3 cents. This was when I was talking about MATIC back when in this apex here, saying if we broke out of this red resistance line, we were likely to explode. This was back when MATIC was under 4 cents, ladies and gentlemen, and look at what has led afterwards. So folks, do me a favor, do yourself a favor, like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads, because we've been killing it in terms of calling great projects, major support and resistance, and that kind of stuff. So folks, with this pumping, we broke out bullishly out of this wedge we were in. This was due to the Coinbase listing of MATIC along with Scale and Sushi. So very interesting, very bullish catalyst. Whenever anything gets listed on Coinbase, that's an extremely bullish catalyst because the American market is a large market, and Coinbase, I believe, is the largest or most active American exchange, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, who else is their competitor? Binance US, but I think Coinbase, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Coinbase is the largest American exchange. And so this brings a lot of buying pressure. Whenever a coin gets listed on Coinbase, that brings in a lot of new money into the ecosystem, which makes sense. This is why we pump. So I've drawn a Fibonacci extension that I think will be helpful to try to understand what we can do in the short term here, based off, where did I draw this specifically? From this bottom of the impulse to the top of the impulse and back to the retracement, we get some lines that could be relevant moving forward. As well, I've drawn a pitchfork. Pitchforks are always interesting and helpful, I find, whenever something is rising parabolically. It's kind of hard to do technical analysis on a straight line up sometimes, but pitchforks I find are very helpful when things are exploding parabolically, because you get some lines that are very likely to act as support and resistance. So given this bottom to the top of the movement, then to the bottom of the retracement, that will give us some pitchfork lines that are likely to be relevant moving forward. And we can see that they have been. This body candle has been reacting fully based off our pitchfork lines here. So it's going to be a very relevant level to understand what's happening moving forward. If we start to break below this green line on the pitchfork, then I think we have a very good chance of retesting the 618 level right at around 27 cents, just under 3 cents. Sorry, I'm forgetting how high MATIC has exploded, or Polygon. I think we have a good chance of retesting 27 cents. That's crazy to say. I got in below 2 cents, folks. I was talking about it on this channel below 2 cents. So, stay tuned with us. So yeah, if we can't hold if we continue to get rejected off 30 cents, then I think retesting 27 cents is probably makes a lot of sense. Now, if that doesn't hold, I think the next major support level for MATIC is right around 25 cents. This is where we had, the previous peak. So, I think that will be a price reactive level moving forward. And aside from that, really where we got the volume start to build up is 22 cents. So that's going to be a very important support level moving forward here. Now, if we go to the daily real quick, the 20 exponential moving average on the daily has been kind of acting as the floor of support. Once we pump dump, that is where we found support. But perhaps even more helpful is the 50 exponential moving average on the daily, or sorry, on the 12-hour. That's more closely where we found support when we stopped dumping. And the 20 exponential moving average on the 12 hours also very relevant, very key support level. We can see here how this was a very price reactive zone. So that is currently at 23 cents. So I'm going to draw a green support box at around 23 cents, because I think it's going to be a very relevant support region here. I think that will act as a key support level moving forward, and the wherever the 50 exponential moving average on the 12-hour just so happens to be. So let's take a look here at our indicators to try and get a sense of what's going on with MATIC. And also another thing too, I pull up the US dollar tether pairings because they often have the most volume, even though I don't really like tether, but the pairings often have the most volume, so I do think they're helpful to look at and use. So okay, I have a few things to say right off the bat. So we've had a bullish crossover on the MACD, which is good. It's bullish, so it's good to see. Bullish crossover on the weighted MACD, bullish crossover on the stochastic RSI on the way up in the oversold region, so that's good to see. Stochastic RSI is good for understanding shifts in trends, so we can see when we had the bullish crossover here that led to the pumpage afterwards. Now, something very concerning that I'm seeing on the RSI here, which is, we're getting higher highs in price action paired with lower highs in RSI. That is extremely bad news, bears. That is very no bueno. That's telling us the upward momentum is running out of steam. Whenever we see this, we're concerningly very much overbought on the daily. That's a macro time frame, and we're getting lower highs paired with higher highs in price action. Oof. It's not good to see, folks. That is very bearish. I would be concerned about some kind of substantial pullback here with MATIC. With this kind of insane run-up, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. But look, hey, the market as a whole is insanely bullish. You know, we can be the whole market can be overextended for quite a long time, and we can still see pumping. So this is a very concerning factor, but it's just one factor, right? You got to consider the macro situation, a lot of other things. So I would say the daily, while it looks bullish, it is concerning me. Let's take a look at the 12. 12-hour looks bullish, although again, this RSI is very concerning, especially after such a massive run-up. And with this Coinbase listing, I mean, again, we could see pumping. You know, Coinbase, if we see continued new money flood into this thing, okay, great. And look, as a new use case, so to also just, if we could pause with our indicators here for a second and just kind of explain what Polygon/MATIC is. So Polygon/MATIC was for a while a second layer scaling solution for Ethereum, which is why I bought into it. But now it's trying to be more than that, which is good. It's trying to be kind of like the interoperable thing that will allow different smart contracts to be interoperable within the Ethereum smart contract ecosystem. So just kind of how I'm going to steal some verbiage from some article I read. I forget who. I'm sorry. I would mention you, but I forget what article I was reading. But Polygon is essentially trying to be kind of like the Polkadot of the Ethereum ecosystem, where in Polkadot everything's very interoperable because of the parachains. And so if Polygon could play a similar role, where Polygon is a thing that kind of bridges different smart contract ecosystems to make them all interoperable with each other, as well as a second layer scaling solution for Ethereum, folks, extremely bullish on MATIC. So while things do look concerning in the short term, over the long term, I very much like MATIC. And to be honest, I took some profits at just over 21 cents because again, I got in below 2 cents, so this was like my first ever 10x, so I did take some profit, but I really regret doing so at this point. But, you know, I took some profit to move into some low cap, so I'm not too torn up about it, although I actually do regret taking profits now at 21 cents, but Jesus, folks, 30 cents. Crazy. Okay, so 12 hours, still concerning, although bullish. 6 hour, everything's bullish except the stochastic is concerning me. We're very much overbought. And then look at the 2 hour. See, 2 hours. See, that's where we're starting to see the weakness. 2 hour histogram starting to move down. Weighted MACD bearish crossover. Stochastic RSI overbought. Bearish crossover. Regular RSI overbought. Very concerning all around, folks. I'm not liking the chart on MATIC. Yeah, look at this. The 1 hour might have a bearish crossover soon. We'll see. But everything is on the way down. The RSI is even overbought on the way down. Lower highs, lower lows. So on every time frame, MATIC/Polygon, I really got to start. I should just call it Polygon at this point. Polygon is really starting to concern me. We've had a massive run-up. We're quite overbought. Now, just because we're overbought doesn't mean that we're going to correct now. We could definitely see bullish continuation while being overbought and overextended for quite a while. But those lower highs in RSI paired with higher highs in price action on the macro timeframes, it's very concerning to see. So some kind of pullback here with MATIC, I do think is probably warranted, especially if we start to break below 30 cents. If we start to break below 30 cents, nice psychological level, that's when I think we see probably more of an extended pullback here. Again, these pitchfork lines are going to be very important moving forward. If we break fully below this pitchfork, I think that vastly increases the likelihood that we see some kind of extended pullback, perhaps similar to this, or even more. So this pitchfork is going to be very relevant moving forward. If we start to break below this in these support lines within it, very concerning. The more support we break down below, the more likely it is that we continue breaking down below further support levels. So I think kind of our temporary stop, if we start to break down, is 27 cents. Aside from that, 25, and then kind of just below 24 cents. That's really where the volume starts to build up. But the VP Vera point of control, it went away. It was right around 22 cents. So really from 20... I'd say 23 to 22 cents is really where I think it's going to be a strong support level, because there's a lot of volume starting to build up in those regions here. And then also looking at the 20 and 50 exponential moving averages on the 12-hour are probably going to be some key support ranges where we likely find support if we do see some kind of extended correction with MATIC. So it's also not all doom and gloom and not all bad news bears, because I'm noting of something of great interest on the MATIC Bitcoin pairing. It's always helpful, I find, to look at whatever coin you're looking at, whether it's Chainlink, MATIC, whatever it may be. I find it sometimes helpful to look at the Bitcoin and Ethereum pairings, because you can often find hidden support and resistance and hidden bullish and bearish divergence. Now, looking at the MATIC Bitcoin pairing here, we are right up against historical resistance from back in the last cycle. If we can start to break above and hold above this key level here, that could be the cue that MATIC is ready for its next leg up. Because if we can break above that historical resistance, and then we're entering price discovery on the MATIC Bitcoin pairing, which is a big deal, and that would be a factor to help the US dollar value of MATIC continue pumping. So very important chart to look at moving forward to try to understand what MATIC can do. As well, the Bitcoin dominance chart. For those who don't know, Bitcoin dominance is the total value of Bitcoin in comparison to the total value of all cryptocurrency. Whenever it rises, altcoins typically suffer. Whenever it falls, altcoins typically benefit. So, we've been flirting with the 60 percentile range with Bitcoin dominance. Once we start to fall below 60%, but really 57.5%, I think that is when we start to see altcoins truly fly. So this is a very good chart to look at, try and gauge and kind of get a temperature check of what the altcoin market has within it. And again, it's always important to follow Ethereum and Bitcoin. Whatever they do will have an effect on the rest of the market. If Bitcoin and Ethereum decide to go for a bit of a leg down here and correct, that is definitely going to have an effect on all altcoins, including MATIC. So, folks, if anything interesting happens further, we'll definitely be talking about it on this channel, so don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon to be notified to do this, because I was shilling this thing ever since 2 cents. Folks, if you like what we do and you want to support us, join our Patreon. Link down in the description. You get access to our VIP Discord group where we talk about low-cap gems, interesting setups, and very, very helpful resources. And we talk to all our Discord members regularly, and we're going to try and have more regular coin calls with our members. Typically, we're trying to do this on the weekends, where we answer questions, kind of break down the market, summarize the most important news stories of the week, of the month, and some major catalysts with all the latest and greatest cryptos. So yeah, folks, check that out. Everything down in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care.